Hello my friend. I am a white storyteller. And today I will tell you an epic story based on a true story. And this is my retelling of the Russian film, Union of Salvation. 1808. Private educational boarding school in Paris. The Emperor of France Napoleon, visiting the boarding school, ordered to show him the most talented student. It turned out to be the son of a Russian diplomat in Paris, a subject of the Russian Empire, Sergei Muravyov-Apostol. 1814. The Russian army defeated Napoleonic France. During the supreme review of the lifeguards of the Semenovsky Regiment by Emperor Alexander I, the guards officers decided to drink champagne with him in honor of the victory, but the sovereign, unwilling, drove past. 1820. Russia has become the strongest power in the world. However, the soldiers, veterans of the battles with Napoleon, are outraged by frequent corporal punishment and excessive drill. The revolt of the lifeguards of the Semenovsky Regiment was pacified by the officers of the regiment Muravyov-Apostol and Bestuzhev Ryamin, but despite this, the revolt still forced the Tsar to send his favorite commanders to the army units of Little Russia and ordinary soldiers to be driven through the ranks and sent to Siberia. Lieutenant Muravyov-Apostol, together with Colonel Pestel, leaves St. Petersburg for the Chernigov Infantry Regiment in the Kiev province. 1825. December 13. The young winners, the Guards officers, are confident that equality and freedom will come here and now. For this they are ready to sacrifice everything, their own well-being, position in society, the love of beauties and even life, their own and subordinate soldiers. Discussing the ways of reforms, the nobles asked the main question, which to prefer, Pavel Pestel's Russian Truth, written by him in the Republican Spirit, or Nikita Muravyov's Constitutional Project, where Russia will remain an empire. Chernigov Regiment. General Yashnevsky is coming to Pestel. From him, Pestel learns that the captain of Maborota, one of the officers, wrote a denunciation to St. Petersburg. Pavel was summoned to Tulchin for arrest. Pestel decides to give up. Muravyov informs Bestuzhev about this. The soldiers are raising an uprising. Morning of December 14th. The Moscow Infantry Regiment led by Obolensky, Panov, Bestuzhev, and Pyotr Kakovsky enter the Senate Square and prepare to attack the Senate, not knowing that the Senate is already sworn into Nicholas. Governor General Miloradovich is trying to persuade the soldiers to go to the barracks. He actually succeeds, and therefore one of the leaders of the uprising, Kakovsky, decides to shoot Miloradovich in the back, then Prince Obolensky strikes him with a bayonet. Realizing that the rebels will not surrender, Nicholas I orders Alexei Orlov's horse guards to attack and disperse them. The attack is not successful. Nicholas orders the artillery to fire buckshot. Many soldiers of the rebel regiments die, the rest spontaneously flee to the ice of the Neva. The mutinous officers can't stop them. On the Neva River, officers order the surviving rebel soldiers to build on the ice in order to capture the Peter and Paul fortress and arsenal. In response to this, Nikolai orders the artillery to be moved and break the ice with his fire. Soldiers and officers die from the fragments of the corps falling through the ice, broken by the corps. January 1826. Chernihiv residents are marching along the Rozhkovskaya road. Artillery suddenly fires. They're the officers of the regiment notice guns and government troops. Muravyov draws a line, saying that if the troops cross it, a war will begin. Sergei Ivanovich selects the banner and goes to negotiations. A few minutes later, Baranov, once demoted to the soldiers, orders the soldiers to form up. The officers try to dissuade the major, but Baranov convinces them with the words, "Do you want him to just be killed?" Soldiers cross the line, government troops open fire. Muravyov Apostol is seriously wounded, actor hussars defeat the rebels. The film shows in detail both the Decembrist uprising on Senate Square in St. Petersburg and the uprising of the Chernigov Infantry Regiment of the Russian Imperial Army, stationed in the Kiev province of the Russian Empire.
Подполковник Гирь, это ваши черниговцы.
1826, July 13. The Supreme Criminal Court in the case of the Decembrists, at the end of the trial, sentences 5 leaders of the uprising, Pavel Pestol, Kondraty Rylev, Sergei Muravyev Apostol, Mikhail Bestuzhev Ryaman and Pyotr Kakovsky, to death by hanging. Rylev, Muravyev Apostol and Kakovsky fall from the gallows. Sergei Muravyev, the apostle, who has fallen from the gallows, imagines a new meeting with Alexander I, where this time the Russian Tsar agrees to drink champagne with his guards.